Yes, Malcolm,
Good
you can begin.
afternoon. Yeah, sure. Good evening and a warm welcome to one and all gathered here today. We shall now start with a Manthan speech or monologue competition. But before that, I'd like to request Rotaract Janvi. Wait, we'll be starting with the event soon. Great speeches often inspire the soul's urges in us. They have the power to transcend personal inhibitions and connect emotionally with the masses. A truly passionate orator can turn simple words into a war cry for social justice and humanity. I'm Rotaract Malcolm Cardoza, Editorial Service Director of Rotaract Club of Thakur College of Engineering and Technology, and I'm going to be your host for the Manthan Speech or Monologue Competition event. This event has been organized by the Rotaract Club of TCET in collaboration with Rotaract Club of Medicrew, Rotaract Club of Mulund Hills, Rotaract Club of Khandwala College, Rotaract Club of RJ College, Rotaract Club of Mulund Hill View, Rotaract Club of Ruya College, Rotaract Club of Sydenham College, Rotaract Club of SIES College, Cyan West, Rotaract Club of Hinduja College, Rotaract Club of Universal College of Engineering, and Rotaract Club of Bombay Hills South, and Rotaract Club of Maniben Nanavati Women's College. Now, I'd like to introduce our judge for this event, our very own district editor, Rotaractor Mahek Sota. She does freelancing in writing elocution speeches and other write-ups. She has also written various product descriptions for Krishna Jewelry and has worked as a content creator for various firms and NGOs. Before becoming the district editor, she was the secretary in the year 2020 to 21 and editor in the year 2019 to 20 in the Rotary Club of Mumbai Ghatkopar. Currently, she is pursuing her bachelor's degree in computer engineering from Thadamal Shahani Engineering College, Mumbai. Truly, it's a delight to have you here, Dr. Mahek. It would be great if you could say a few words to motivate our participants.
Hi guys, and I am so glad to be here, and I'm so pumped to see you guys participating and giving your absolute best in whatever you're doing right now. And the spirit you guys have to put yourself in the shoes of these patriotic heroes and give a monologue, get into the whole character, and connect with them so emotionally and give your best. It's truly inspiring, and I'm really looking forward to see what you guys have for us. So yeah, thank you so much.
That was truly inspiring, Dr. Mahek. Now, I'm sure all of you are very excited about reciting your awesome speeches and just can't wait to start. But before we do that, let's just quickly go through the rules of this event. Okay? So, each individual participant will have a maximum score of 100 points, including credits and deductions. Credit points will be awarded in the parameters of fluency, enunciation, meaning, confidence, and overall body language. Each credit parameter will have a maximum of 10 points, and each participant will be graded accordingly. Deduction of points will be done on the parameters of hesitation, repetition, grammatical errors, punctuation mistakes, and unethical behavior. The deduction points for hesitation will be -1 per instance. For repetition, it will be -2 per instance. For grammatical errors, it will be -3 per error. For punctuation mistakes, it will be -2 per mistake. And for unethical behavior, it will be -5 per instance. In case there is a tie of scores, the participants with lesser deducted points will be considered as the winner. The languages accepted for for the speeches and monologues will be English and Hindi. All participants will have to join this link 15 minutes prior, which all of you have. Uh, Participants will have to memorize their speeches. They are not allowed to read, and if they are caught doing so, it will be considered a malpractice and they will be disqualified from the competition. Each participant will have a maximum time of 7 minutes allotted to them. That is 5 minutes for speech or monologue and 2 minutes for an introductory or context on their speech, if the participant wishes to explain. If multiple participants orate the same speech, the best recitation will be considered for judging. Any network issues from the participant side will not be considered and they will be disqualified. It is advised in advance to have a stable internet connection or a secondary emergency internet connection available. The decision of the organizing committee and the judge will be final. So, if anyone has any doubts or queries regarding the rules of this event, they can clear them out now in the WhatsApp group by posting their doubts. So now we just wait for any queries. Just a minute, I'll be clearing one doubt. Yeah. So now we will be starting with the participants from the first time slot. All the participants from the first time slot will be put in the waiting room, and participants from the other time slots can be updated about all the happenings over here from the YouTube link that has also been shared in the WhatsApp group. So please be attentive for any updates on the WhatsApp group. Wishing all our participants all the best for their orations. Let's now start with our event. Now, our first participant is Rotaractor Ridya Swarup Sharma. If we can add her. Hey, Ridya.
Hello.
Yeah. So, just before you start, do you have any doubts about the rules and regulations? No.
Absolutely not.
Cool, cool. Great. So, the stage is all yours, and if you can start with an intro or straight with the speech.
Okay. So first, a very good evening to one and all present here. And this is a great platform to express ourselves. So let's just begin with it. And I hope you like my speech. So here we go. केसरी सहरा बांधे आज ये रंगमंच लाल हुआ है अपने तिरंगे को लहराते देख आज मुझे अपने देश से कुछ इश्क कुछ प्यारा सा इश्क बेमिसाल हुआ है So what is patriotism? Patriotism is the devotion and the love that one shows through his actions and his words. Patriotism is a feeling that one holds and his chest swells up when he sees the Tiranga. The Indian freedom struggle marks a lot of patriots who sacrifice their lives for the country, who not only freed India from the clutches of the British, but also gave us an India which is free from any British rule. Today, we mark reverence to these people through my speech. So, we today are in the 75th year of independence. India was ruled by the British for 200 years. And after that, we were saved only because of these sacrifices and selfless actions done by these patriots and these innumerable freedom fighters. But while giving their lives for this day, they were not alive to see the memorable day of India being freed from the clutches of the British rule. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Lala Lajpat Rai, Mother Teresa are some of the patriots that have served the nation with their sweat and blood. We in India are proud to be here, free from the clutches of the British and happy and hail hearty. But in the modern day scenario, we see that the spirit of patriotism is absent from the youth and the citizens. Patriotism is the fuel that drives India towards the India of dreams that we want. It is the ship that sails us to the shore of benevolence. I can't say that any country can be perfect, but it can be true to itself and true to the spirits of the citizens. So, if you and I work together to accomplish an India of our dreams and remove all the social evils, we lay a foundation of a better India and a better tomorrow. So, let's join hands together and strengthen each other's spine, awaken our land into a heaven of freedom and make it shine. चल आज साथ में ये नारा गाते हैं अपने देश को अपने देश के अपने प्यार से सजाते हैं हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Ritya. That was really moving. Uh, Mehak, if you have something to say about it.
It was truly inspiring because a lot of things, like patriotism is something that, ऐसा अंदर से जागता है when you hear someone else talking about it. So that I could feel in me when you were talking about it. So, it was a great, great performance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mahek.
Okay, so Ridya, we'll be again putting you in the waiting room, and we'll be going forward with the next participant. Okay. Next participant would be Rotractor Ifat Naz.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Am I? Hi. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you're audible and visible.
Okay then. Shall I begin?
So before you start, I'll just like to ask you few questions. That is, you are okay with all the rules and regulations, right?
Yes.
That
No problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay
you can
then.
start with your introduction, or you can start with your speech straight away. It's on you.
Okay. Hi everyone. I am Rotaract Rifat Naz, from Rotaract of Hindutva College, and yeah, I'd like to start right away. Uh, okay. So I am truly honored to get this opportunity to speak on patriotism on this very day. A country like India with such huge human resource, there's nothing that we cannot achieve as a country. What we need is to infuse the youth with with the right form of patriotism. So, what is patriotism? Answer to that is nothing but love and zeal to do something towards your countrymen. I've always believed in the good of this great land, and forever thankful to the ones that have sacrificed their lives so that we could breathe independently. Great people like Mahatma Gandhi, Rajguru, and Sukhdev, Subhash Chandra Bose, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and Shahid Bhagat Singh, Lala Lajpat Rai, and many more saints struggled for this day. So we must honor their sacrifice and work every day towards making this country even more significant. Often we see young generations speaking ill about the country, and they don't even appreciate the hard work, the hardship, the struggle our forefathers went through so that we could finally be independent. It's high time to recognize the sacrifice and focus our energy towards building this great nation of ours. Patriotism is not just sharing posts on Instagram or any sort of social platform. It is instead how we act towards the need of our fellow countrymen. It is the efforts on the ground we put into making this country more exceptional. When you are a patriot, you need to demonstrate it by your actions, and this is our prime duty as a citizen of this great country. It is the call we all need to answer, and we need to prove why we deserve the country. We need to make my freedom fighters proud in heaven. The sacrifices they made. So, on this very day, I would urge all of you to act, to recognize the sacrifice and the needful whenever you see an opportunity to prove your love for the country. Do it. The country needs our love and sacrifice to grow and prosper. And it is our duty to do the needful. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Irfan. That was really like it broke a lot of stereotypes about what we have as
I'm sorry.
patriotism. It's okay. It's okay. So, Mehak, if you could give your inputs as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to you. I just wanted to, listen to you talk because I loved how you were presenting the whole speech. That was one.
I was like,
Secondly,
my hands were cold. I'm like scared.
no, you did great. You did great. I just love how how you were orating the whole thing, how you're putting across points, giving um, the perfect pauses. So I just enjoyed listening to you. One. Secondly,
Thank you.
you you managed
The
to cover a lot
enunciations
of
were
points.
spot on.
Yeah, I like it was on point. I just love listening to you.
Thank you. I'm
um,
over the top.
and like as per the points and everything, I think you covered a lot of things. Maybe you could have included other things as well, but whatever you said was correct, and it was not lacking anything. So all
Okay.
good.
I actually got to know about this event today afternoon, and like my
Oh,
editorial head was
damn.
like, yeah, like will you do this one event? You're supposed to give a speech. I was like, I like doing this. I'll give it a short. थोड़ा बहुत जितना भी हुआ ना, and we have like our college fest also going on at this point. तो जितना हो सका, I was like ठीक है कर लेंगे.
No, इतने short amount of time में बहुत ज़्यादा ही अच्छा है.
Ah,
That's
Thank
great.
you. Okay.
cool
Uh,
then.
Malcolm, is that okay if I leave this thing because I actually have a meeting to attend after this?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. You
Okay
you
then.
can tune in on the YouTube also. The link is provided in the group. So if you want to join in again, you can join in from there.
Okay then. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
It's
Bye
great to have you here.
everyone. Yes, thank you. Bye Mahek. Bye Malcolm.
Bye bye.
Mm,
Hardik, if you could let in the next participant.
Uh, Hi, Rotaract Malcolm. Can you tell me who's the next participant?
Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. The next participant is Rotactor Khushi Choksi. If she could join in.
Hi. Am I audible?
Hi, Khushi. Yes,
Hi.
yes, you're audible. You're visible too.
Okay. Um, Hi. So I'm Retractor Khushi Chokshi from the Retract Club of Hinduja College, and I would just like to start. So we've
Sure.
always seen, we've always heard a lot of stories about our freedom fighters from our parents and from our parents' parents, from our forefathers and everybody. You can never stress enough the importance of the deeds of the freedom fighters. On every Independence Day, the country remembers the thousands who once struggled so that their countrymen could be free. The sacrifices are never forgotten by the countrymen. Honestly, we can't even imagine what freedom feels like without them. If we delve into the history, we see most of the freedom fighters joined the freedom struggle without any prior formal training in war or any other related field. They went to wars and protests knowing very well that they may get killed by the opposite power. The freedom fighters were not just people who fought with arms against the tyrants, but they were people who joined protests through literature, um, legal advocates, people who contributed money to the freedom struggles, and so on. Most of the brave hearts led the fight against foreign powers. They made their fellow people realize their rights and pointed out all the existing injustice and crimes committed by the ones in power. The most important effect that the freedom fighters left on the people of the society are that they inspired others to understand their rights and stand up against the people in power. They inspired others to join the struggle. They inspired others to fight for their own rights, and they taught people what actual rights were. It was because of the freedom fighters that the countrymen united with a bond of nationalism and patriotic feelings. India has been under the British rule for over 200 years approximately. There were a lot of brave people who led their lives for the freedom of India. We'll just go through a few examples made by freedom fighters to make India an independent country. The first example that comes into my mind is Mahatma Gandhi, who is also known as the father of our nation. Mahatma Gandhi, the reason behind the Dandi March, led the path to freedom following the principles of ahimsa or non-violence. He prioritized Swadeshi and non-cooperation to expedite the freedom movement. He always believed that freedom could also be achieved without any violence. The second example that comes to my mind is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was an excellent leader. He traveled to other countries to form alliances and formed the Indian National Army or the Azad Hind Fauj, which eventually helped our nation prosper. He was successful in freeing a portion of the Indian territory from the British rule. The third example that comes to my mind is the most famous Bhagat Singh. The fearless patriot was hanged to death at a very young age after being convicted in several cases of dissent against the British Empire. He went on a hunger strike with his other patriots for the freedom of his country. He was indeed a true patriot, and we still remember him as Shaheed Bhagat Singh. The motivation for today's youth is alive in the stories of freedom fighters. The struggles of their life show the difference in life and death of the value they believe in and fought for. We, as a citizen of India, should respect and honor the sacrifice by creating a peaceful environment in the country. And we should be grateful to every freedom fighter who sacrificed their life for the country that we live in. Thank you.
Just a minute. I thought I was muted. Sorry. Great speech, Khushi. Really, I actually like the fact that you highlighted Subhash Chandra Bose ji also. So really, that was something that hit my heart. So Mehak, your inputs as well.
I was waiting for my chance to say because I have a lot. So I am so glad that you covered so many things, like apart from just paying our tribute to our freedom fighters who sacrificed so much, but highlighting so many things like you know कि भाई भले ही they didn't go into like not only highlighting the major events but also like how they gave their own contribution through monetary or through writing and through spreading awareness, so that is so important as well, and that is something that should be highlighted. So I'm glad you did that, and then like it had such a proper good flow to it, like whatever you spoke about today, and like giving importance to each and every freedom fighter there. Like because of the time constraint you couldn't say a lot of things like about include a lot of people, but you did justice to whoever you talked about, so that was great too. And yeah, I just felt like the whole speech was so complete and I'm glad I could hear it.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
It actually gave it a very compounding effect to that, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so Khushi, you can stay in the waiting room or you can join in from YouTube if you want. Uh, yeah, we'll be moving on with our next participant. Yeah, uh, our next participant is Rotractor Manvi Bhatt. Hardik, if you Rotractor Hardik, if you could let her in.
Actually, she's not in the waiting room or the lobby. Currently, there's Hania and Ifat.
Okay, so we'll take Rotractor Hanya for now.
Okay.
Yeah, hey Rotractor Hanya, can you hear us? Hello.
Hi, can you hear see me guys?
Yes, yes, you're audible too.
Hi, just a minute.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hanya from RC Ruya. Uh, just a little, I just want to let you know, I just want to just complete honesty. I was just informed about this event yesterday, and I had I wanted to try to imitate one of the great leaders of a country, but you know what I decided in the end, that is the speech is really good. It's in Hindi, but I would like to talk about patriotism as what I've learned from the speech, like as my own thing, instead of trying to learn something. Okay, so can I have your permission to read some of the things that I have in the speech so I can talk about it?
Are they like quotes?
Yeah, basically what he said. Like, I'm not gonna use that, but can I read it and then explain on it?
Um, yeah, sure. Go ahead. If it's
Okay,
not a
thank
major
you.
part of the speech, it's all.
Yeah. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So one of the things the Atal Bihari Vajpayee in his speech, he was a great prime minister. There was a lot of things that he's done, and the things he in his one of his speeches he said कि आजादी को 50 साल होने आए हैं, हम जयंती मनाने जा रहे हैं, आज देश की स्थिति क्या है. So what I believe in patriotism is I've read on it and everything. That patriotism is not only about devoting yourself wholly to your nation, showing your love for the country. Patriotism is a very strong feeling. And for me, as patriotism right now, what I feel when I think about India is I have majorly lived most of my childhood years. I wasn't in India, so for me, when I talk about India, it's like a in the patriotism and everything. Like for me, the things that India is failing in, the things India is faltering in, and I want to know that what India can do to make itself a better country, and how people can be better citizens and make India a better nation. So one of the things, first of all, India, there's so many people live below extreme poverty. India needs to get its infrastructure, its technology, its everything. Like India needs to buck up. India needs to pull up its socks. We need, we need in India is so has such is so much talent. The youth in India is the most in like all over the world. India has the most youth population. India needs to buck up. India needs to like get out there. India, there's so many things that India can do better. Girls' education now with the current hijab rule. Where is India headed? What do you think? Like, is this based on religion? Is it really based on equality? What is as a patriotism in the thing in India? And we don't want this communal divide or anything. We want India headed in a straight way. And these things that come, and India is all about, when you talk about India, it's all about politics. First of all, that is one thing. Politics in India is like a really really strong just yesterday I checked out, I read upon a lot about Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, when I came to know how the hierarchy was, how they're related to each other, the things they've done for India, how Indira Gandhi and right now Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, she is obviously the like sole inheritor. She has all the qualities Indira Gandhi had, and she's not very keen on her daughter entering politics because she's not only lost her mother-in-law, no, Sonia Gandhi. She's not only lost Indira Gandhi, she's lost her husband. She's lost her brother-in-law. She's lost so many of her family members. In all, they're just trying to love their country. They're trying to do things for their country, and this is what happened to them. She's not very keen on her kids getting into politics and helping the country because of what has happened to her own close, literally her husband, her mother-in-law. There's there's so many things, and the things that India can do. We're talking about girls' education, right? So we still need to. I'm so happy, by the way, that India gives educate. Like I just entered junior college right now. So the thing is that we hardly have to pay the fees because India's put the thing right. So basically, we don't have to pay the full fee. We have like very nominal fee to pay. So that I think it's so great because early on people used to not send their daughters to colleges because it was an extra burden, extra expense. And right now we have this one initiative where India is headed in the right way, but India still has to do so many things to buck up. It's literally India has the power to be, it has so many people, it has so many religions, the diversity, the culture in India, it's so vast. India has the potential, but it's not reaching its potential. So if I, as a patriot of India, if what I have to do is I have to make sure my country reaches the greatest possible heights it can. The thing is, what can India achieve? India is like after I've come and stayed in India now, when we left the Gulf and we started living in India. Earlier on I used to not like India. Like India to me was like, after the Gulf, India was like a huge drastic culture shock. And right now I've been living in India for like 6 years now after we came back, and right now I just love India. I do think it can improve in so many ways because of the things I read in the paper every day, and I keep on having discussions with my parents and my grandparents about this, about that. And so I think India really can do way better. It just needs some boost. It needs youth, it needs power, it needs voices, it needs people coming together, it needs good non-violent protests, and making everyone understand. India is a huge demographic, a lot of age groups. Not everyone understands all the new things. Like we need to put in a lot of effort. The youth of India, and we surely can certainly can make India a better country. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm going to take this opportunity and just give it to Mehek because I can see on her face that she has a lot to say now.
Oh my God.
On the contrary, I'm just speechless because I'm just collecting my thoughts right now. Where to start, what to think, what to say. Like everything is just haywire. But I'm loving the passion that you have. I'm loving the passion that you have, all the zeal to just put across what you have in mind. I love that you have so many opinions, because it's like, it's not that you are just part of a herd. So I just, you can make out that from a speech. Although I just felt like the speech was just one sided. Maybe you could have covered different points, but the points that you said, they were backed up with justifications, with with information that you've read online. So like, I could understand that you know your stuff. You know what you're saying. So like overall, I just enjoyed listening to you. I
You,
got to know a lot of things as well through this whole thing. So yeah, I'm just glad that you were a part of this competition,
I'm
an
so
event.
happy to hear that. I was literally like I had a very nice English speech prepared and I was learning it, but then in the end I was like, let's just talk about what we know, what we
Yeah.
feel, what we think should be said. And so I'm feeling really happy right now. I decided to go with my gut and just
That's
speak on
good.
what I felt was good, the instinctive things, and
Your energy was contagious, really. I'm like getting thoda thrills.
also, I like to give a big shout out to the editor of my club because she's the one who pushed me for this event. So thank you, Vedika. Okay, if she's there in the meeting. Thank you, Vedika. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mehek. And thank you, Malcolm.
It was great to have you, seriously. And now, yeah, we'll be putting you in the waiting room, and
Okay.
we'll go forward with the next participant. Stay tuned, okay? Um,
Uh,
is Rotaract
as
Manvi there in the waiting room now?
no, can you
Okay.
ping the message again in the group to the remaining participants to join? Because no
Yes,
one
yes,
have
sure.
joined
Yes,
yet.
yes, sure. Just a minute. Mahek, are you there? Yeah. So we'll just wait for 5 minutes, and until then, I want to ask you one question though. We have had at least like three speeches right now. So, what are the things that kind of like some points that you wanted and they have still not been talked about?
Um, so I just feel like I don't know, like I want to hear more apart from like, so most of them, I'm sure they have this one thing, because okay, I'm not saying it shouldn't be the part of the speech, that highlighting the sacrifices of the freedom fighters, but I want to know more about it, not just the superficial part, like no, oh, they have sacrificed a lot and we need to do justice to that. Just tell me how we could do, like so some parts of Hania speech that included how we should go ahead, how a lot, what we should do to do justice to it. So these are one of the things, like I want that people should maybe just step out of the box, because they're just going to stick to maybe they're just going to stick to their comfort points, which are, I'm not saying they're wrong, but
Yeah.
they can include more apart from that. So I was just hoping if some of the points would make me think, like, okay, yeah, or make me realize things. So not just me, everyone out there, because that's the motto behind this event, right? That not only we are paying tributes to our country or the freedom fighters who have made all of this possible, but also to bring something new to the table. So yeah, that's something.
Another award-winning speech by Mahek herself. This was spontaneous.
No, no, I am sure the people here are doing much better than I am. The are not part of the speech.
Okay. Um, so have you got any participants in the waiting room? Rotaract Hadik.
No, not yet.
Okay. So I guess there's like 10 minutes left. So I'll just put the message for the next slot. That is 7 p.m. onwards.
Okay.
Rotaract Hadik, let me know when if somebody enters a waiting room.
Yeah, there's Retractor Avanti, so I'll add her.
Yeah, yeah, we can start with her. Hey, Rotaract Avanti, can you hear us?
Hello. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there a lag?
It is there?
No, no. Okay.
Am
Cool,
I?
cool, cool.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
Should I start
before
right
you
away?
start, I'll just
Okay. You were saying something?
hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about the introduction, right?
I was talking about what? Can you repeat
Yeah. Okay. Go
yourself?
ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. I'll just start away. Okay.
Uh,
Well.
yeah.
Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'll start right away. I'm Avanti. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "A man who is made for freedom has got to take tremendous risk and stake everything." It was this influence that brought about a freedom. It was because of our freedom fighters that we breathe the free air of independence. Among the many countries around the world which have struggled and won against the bounds of dictatorial arms, India's approach for freedom, non-violent and peaceful as it was, stands unique. As Dr. Mohan Khanna said, it is a shining example of people from different castes and creeds, races and faiths coming together in an uprisal against exploitation and discrimination. What is indeed remarkable about the movement is the fact that it is a saga of sacrifices, unending patience, and remarkable unity among groups otherwise divided on political, regional, and ethnic grounds. The most prominent and profound effect left on the common people by freedom fighters is that they were galvanized into opposing the atrocious rule. Freedom fighters inspired them to unite with a bond of nationalism and patriotic feelings. They are considered to be the propelling force behind the success of the freedom struggle, and thus the freedom movement against the malfunction of the colonizers had an overwhelming participation of people throughout the country. But don't you think we forget the importance of this iconic movement soon after 15th August or 26th January? Aren't we attaching too much importance to our individual freedom rather than to the national independence? Why is there little sense of pride in the country about what our ancestors and grandparents managed to achieve against all odds? Freedom is to paint your black and white life with colors. Shouldn't we all be grateful to those who wielded the swords and bled red to color our lives with orange, white, and green? Shouldn't we keep their memories and sacrifice undying? We still need to take tremendous efforts to protect our freedom. The social, economic, cultural, and political ills are still unending and threatening. The country still needs justice. There are still matters pending. And so the fight continues relentlessly. And thus, today, it is for us to retrospect and act. Thank you.
Awesome, Avanti, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really, there was one point that I really liked, that you talked
Okay.
about the momentariness of our patriotism. Like it is just for those few days and then we forget about it.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Okay.
Mehak, go ahead with your mini
My
speech.
ramble rant. Okay. Firstly, love the vocabulary used. It was so good. I just wanted you to continue.
Thank you.
Secondly, you like so Malcolm asked me one question, what I want from
Hmm.
the participants, and I told him that I want people to bring something new to the table, which you did. There were some points that I like listening, like how Malcolm mentioned that, and that I just loved how you played with words and conveyed your point so well that I could imagine things like so vividly.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed listening to you. You had a good fluency, voice modulation, everything. So it was a complete good package for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is that
Yeah. So great speech, and we'll be putting you in the waiting room again because we'll have to go with the next
yes,
participant.
yes, yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Great to have you.
Thank you, thank you.
Just a minute, okay? So there is a network issue from one of the participants' side. So until then, we'll start meandering again. And uh, Okay, so there is this one topic that I like to talk about. Like whenever we go for patriotism and all these things, uh, I don't understand why that, the, like as our last participant just said, that it is that we feel those patriotic vibes in us rising only during those few periods of time, and then again we are back to normal. Again we are back to criticism and all those things. I I feel that as youth, we really need to be like, we are not that energized as we should be about our freedom and about our rights that we have because of that freedom struggle. Like, what
That's
do you
true. I
think?
mean, so like you said, so those 2 days we have, like this pumped up energy and enthusiasm towards patriotism. I guess that's more even about the atmosphere and what's going on, because people have, the proper flag hoisting things, at places like at their workplace or in schools or colleges or in the buildings, etc., etc. There's loud patriotic music blasting everywhere, and there are
Hmm.
those TV shows that march past and everything, all of that. So that just I feel those are the triggers, with the only triggers that except for the matches, the India Pakistan matches, or any India South Africa matches, whatever it is. Those are the only
I
times
just
we get.
felt some pain for the last match.
Exactly. So I just feel like these are just the triggers. Other than that, so I like there's this maybe an unbalanced thing where we are giving our all towards something that we are doing normally. For example, if someone's working, someone's studying, so most of their energy goes in that, and apart from that, no one is thinking anything about else. So जब टाइम आता है ऐसा, या फिर there's something which is leading to these thoughts, that's the only time. Or during those movies where people stand up and give standing ovations, or etc., etc., those are just the triggers. I feel there's so much more we can do for our country that we are not doing, and probably doing our own bits in our own ways is make a big wave of movement, more than we can actually ever realize. Obviously people at posts, or having certain power, I'm not just saying any political or money power, but also who have some, for example, a well established firm, they can get something, some change. Or anyway, I'm just giving any random example that's coming to my mind related to this. So anything that they can do, and just people even just supporting it in their own little way, it can make a big change, because even a small amount of encouragement can bring big changes in our country, and that's what
Yeah.
India needs right now. So I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that
I
that
mean,
was my speech.
it's just sad. Like, I sometimes feel it's just sad that we sometimes need one Akshay Kumar movie or one Amir Khan movie to give us patriotism. Like, I think that standard is very low. Like, I'm not talking about the movies that they are bad, but our standard
Understood.
of getting triggered by for patriotism is like very low. Like, we need something so simple or something so mundane for that.
Yeah, that is, it is actually, yeah, I don't know, I can't say it's sad, but because it's still bringing some kind of emotion in us. But I'm glad, these actors are not getting tired of making such movies. They will make more movies, and if it's gonna bring any difference, then lage raho yaar, banate raho. People will go and watch. People will bring out their patriotism only probably for like 2 hours. उसमें से किसी को कुछ आइडिया आ गया तो वो अलग बात है, but if it's bringing any kind of change, then ठीक है, what else.
Like,
So
obviously, many of these movies like completely shattered the stereotypes. Like
it
Dangal.
did. Yes, yes, oh my god,
Padman.
yes.
Padman was like, I think so. It completely changed the way, especially what men look at sanitary
Hmm.
products and all those things. First time
Exactly, the
men
stigma
started
was
thinking about
broken. Yeah, it is actually really commendable कि apart from, um to be very subtle, apart from the other nonsensical concepts, if this is what the Indian cinema can bring to us, then it's amazing. Like, we need more of such movies. So like everything then there was this, I actually don't know what other kind, like other of these kind, like there was this movie Ayushman Khurrana ka. I know this is a whole different concept altogether, but Shubh Mangal wala Saudhan, ha, even that was a movie which was helping break stereotypes and bring more light to this issue. It was about LGBTQIA, right? The marriage, the marriage between the marriage concept there. So I mean, we need such movies because there are still people who, like, again, concepts which highlighted were highlighted in the Padman movie or in this Shubh Mangal Saudhan, whatever. I don't. It was a very big name, but whatever. So these need to be highlighted because there are still gonna be people who are gonna be a little orthodox or have a different school of thoughts. So we need to pull them up with us. So yeah. So every time you ask me a question, I'm giving you a whole different speech. You have to add me in the participant list now.
I have. I think we'll have to reserve one prize for you. So at least
You
one
better.
contributor.
What am I getting? What prize am I getting?
uh, the Critics' Choice Award, probably.
Thanks, thanks. Thank you. Firstly, I would like to thank my parents here. No, no. Firstly, I would like to thank RC, TCET, and Malcolm to, approach me for this event. I'm so glad. I would like to dedicate this award to them.
I'm being Leonardo DiCaprio right now.
Nice.
So we'll just wait for just 5 more minutes, and I think there's a bit problem. I'll just communicate with her also for the next participant. Yeah. Hello. Retractor Hardik.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
add Retractor Nikita, our next participant.
She's not there in the meet yet.
Yeah, okay. I thought you just said she's there.
No, no, no.
Okay, okay, 1 minute. Is there anyone else?
No, there's no one joined yet.
Yeah, we can start with that. No? Hello. Hey Nikita. Can you hear me?
Yes. Am I audible?
Hello, hello. Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay, so should I start?
Mahek, just a minute. I'll
Okay.
just check if
I'm
Mahek
here.
is
I'm
there.
here. I'm here.
Okay, okay. Cool.
Hi.
Go ahead,
Hello.
Nikita.
Okay. Hi. A very warm evening to all of you present over here. I, Miss Nikita Shukla from Rotaract Club of Thakur College of Engineering, is feeling a lot of pleasure and honored to speak about freedom fighters and patriotism. Freedom fighters are the ones who selflessly fight and have worked a lot for the independence of our nation. They have gone through many pain and hardships to endure the freedom that we have today. Freedom fighters are the ones whom we look up to get inspired. They motivate us to do something for our nation. Freedom fighters are the epitome of patriotic people. We should be inspired from them to get the patriotism, to achieve that level of patriotism that we can have for our country. They have set a great example. Many great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Abdul Kalam, Sardar Vallabhai Patel have set great examples and many noble personalities. Because of them, we have the independent nation. Because of them, we can walk freely, we can talk freely, we have no restrictions. This feeling of consent, the contentment that we have today and our nation is just because of them. Freedom fighters have not only provoked people to fight against the injustice, but they have also aroused a feeling of patriotism, a feeling of unity that we have today. We are facing many issues today also in our nation, but at those times the conditions were worse. Even despite of all those conditions, they fought against it. They brought unity, not only going against of the castes, not only going against of the region, but with their wholeheartedness, they brought all of us together with their hard work. Let's go down the lane and rejoice some of their courageous words. Rightly said by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, "तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा." Words by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, "Swaraj is my birthright and I can have it." Also, the words by Bankim Chand Chatterjee is Vande Mataram. These are not just mere words, but these are the words which brought people together. These words arose the feeling of unity in them, which made the people brought together and they can fight against this injustice. People. Who are these freedom fighters? They were common people, but they saw which was not common going on in this world. People who were facing a lot of hardships, people who were going through a lot, but still they came together for this one reason, and that was unity. That is patriotism. Uh, to develop a nation, patriotism is a must. We should develop patriotism in ourselves, not just because to develop a good nation, but to bring a healthy environment around us. We are in the 21st century, and we have a lot of freedom with a lot of freedom today, what people did not have at that time. So, to admire all those things and to adore those great leaders, we should be patriotic about that. I, Miss Nikita Shukla, is sorry. I, Ms. Nikita Shukla, would like to conclude this speech by saying that together we can do many great things. Together we can build a ladder to develop a great nation. Thank you. Thank you so much for hearing me out.
Just a minute. Sorry. Yeah. Truly, Nikita, one of the I would say the completely comprehensive speech system now. And um, there is one thing that I like, that is that dialogue of Subhash Chandra Bose. I am a big fan of Subhash Chandra Bose ji, and that dialogue, that there is a fire in that when he says,
Exactly.
"तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा."
True.
So the on that note, Mehak, it's all yours.
So, like himself was it was a beautiful speech. And so, what I really liked about your speech was how you started with, how describing how freedom fighters put their all and, diving deep into it. Like, it was not like you just covered the superficial part of them sacrificing so much for our
Yes.
country, but diving deep into it, and I just wanted to hear more, like, ki ha bolte chao, I want to hear what else do you have. And I adore the fact that you ended it with all the quotes by our freedom fighters, because we need to be reminded of all these quotes, and time and again, and you did that, so thank you. And I really liked your speech. It was great, the way you presented it and the context. Everything
Thank
was
you so
great.
much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Can I leave now?
Yeah, we'll be putting you in the waiting room. You can stay over there or you can leave.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Just a minute.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah. We are there. Sorry. I had just muted my mic so I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Yes. Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Afia Ansari from Rotaract Club of Hinduja College.
Great.
I'm
Hi,
going
Afia.
to speak. Yes, hello. So I'm today going to present a speech on patriotism. Should I start now?
Sure.
Okay,
Go ahead.
thank you. Okay. I'm truly honored to get this opportunity to speak on patriotism at this very day. And in a country like India, with such huge human resources, there is nothing we cannot achieve as a country. Uh, uh, where what we need is to infuse the youth is infuse the youth with the right form of patriotism. What is patriotism? A patriot is answer to that is nothing but love and the zeal to do something towards your countrymen. I had always believed in the good of this great land, and forever thankful for the one that have sacrificed to that have sacrificed their- sacrificed sacrificed to their lives sacrificed to their lives. It,
It's all right. It's all right. Oh my god, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. जो याद आता है, say that.
actually, it was in the afternoon I got this, and it's a little bit hard to recognize it, so it's difficult. So I don't
It's
know
all
anything.
right.
I have forgot everything.
Okay, just tell me, what do you have in mind? Like, if someone tells you what patriotism is to you, what would you say? तुम्हें जो तुम्हारे माइंड में जो भी है, tell me that. That is also fine. तुम्हारी स्पीच नहीं, जो तुम्हें पता है, जो तुम्हें बोलना है, just tell me that.
Oh, so if someone asks me what is patriotism and what should I do for my country, the great Mahatma Gandhi and lot of saints have done many things for this country. And if I also have to do this, matlab, I also want to do something for my country. If someone asks me, patriotism is not for me. Patriotism, I have always, from when I was born, I was like, I have to do something for my country. I want to become something that I can make my country proud of myself. Thank you.
It is
Gonna leave.
okay. I mean, you got to know about the slate. You prepared, and every like you gave your best. You prepared as much as you could, and it's okay. It's completely all right. You just calm down. It's okay. And jitna you said now, usse I'm sure everyone can. It's you emphasized on this very important point ki bhai, you should never think what your country does for you, but what you can do for your country. Like how you were so passionate ki bhai mujhe kuch banna hai, mujhe kuch mere country ke liye karna hai. So that is good. Having that thought as well is great. Okay, and just it's
Yes.
okay. Don't panic. It's fine. You did good. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, but I don't want to hurt my country by not saying the words I have learned.
Don't think that it's not like, no, it's the effort that counts. That you put in so much efforts to to be here today, to say what you've prepared, and to say also what's on your mind. So it's the thought that counts. Okay, and you did great. You're not hurting your country in any way possible. You would never. Okay, so just good job. It's okay.
Thank you.
How old are you?
17 years old.
I can hear someone prompting answers to you, huh? You remember how old you are, no?
Yes.
You are from Hinduja, right?
Sorry, I can hear you.
You are in Hinduja, right? Hinduja College.
Yes, I'm from Hinduja College.
Okay. All right. Malcolm, are you here?
Actually, Malcolm has lost his internet connection, so he'll be back
Okay.
in a few minutes.
No worries. No worries.
Can I leave the class?
Yeah, you can leave the class.
Sorry.
Uh, Mehak, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, I guess it would take a long to for Malcolm to show up. So on behalf of him, I'll do the vote of thanks.
All right.
S- Yeah. So we have finally come to an end of today's event. It was truly amazing to hear our participants talk about freedom fighters and patriotism. We sure have many thoughts of our own when it comes to patriotism, and to hear people share their views with so much confidence, it is truly amazing. I would like to show my heartfelt thanks to Rotaract Mahek Sota, our judge for the day. You have been guiding our participants, and we are very thankful for that. You're always here to judge us and help us. You had been a great support, and we are very thankful of that. Thank you, Rotaract Mahek.
Hi, and okay, firstly, each and everyone who participated today has done such a commendable job. I mean, I saw so many people who had prepared it at such a short notice, and it was really great to see so much zeal and enthusiasm, they are putting in, even though it was at a short notice. And I just can't get over the fact that, Rotaract has so many talented people here, and I am so grateful to have witnessed this whole thing today. And yeah, it has been so great listening to all the participants, having conversations with Malcolm as you know uh, the fillers that we had when we had these conversations about different issues just related to patriotism. So that was great too. It was spontaneous, but it was great. Also, just a second, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the disturbance, but okay. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I would be expecting a gift from you guys, a special award from for me because of this, because of all the speeches I gave today. So, yeah, and finally, kudos to Team RCTCET to pull off something so phenomenal. And thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much, Rotaract Club of TCET and Malcolm, to have me here. I've had a great time. And yeah, I am looking forward to, witness another such great event by you guys.
Yeah, we'll surely look forward for more such events and for more events for you to judge. So in the end, I'll thanks to all the participants and the viewer that was still on here viewing the event. So also thank you once again for Meg to be always there for the event to judge and help us on our side. So by this we'll take a leave. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Always. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me here again.
So we'll end the meet. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.